This is the first example for sales budget. Myers Company sells their product for $20 each. In 2020, the company expect to sell 4,000 units in quarter 1. In each subsequent quarter, sales increased by 500 units with no change in the unit selling price. Prepare a sales budget for the year by quarter. Using all that information, we need to prepare a sales budget for the year by quarter. So we have all that information over on the left side, and then this is what look like your sales budget. You'll need to put your expected sales unit, your unit selling price, and your total sales. And we have it broken up by quarter and then for the entire year over on the far right. So our expected unit sales in quarter 1, that's our 4,000 units that they told us. Our unit selling price, $20. So if we sell 4,000 units for $20 each, that's $80,000 in total sales for the first quarter. Now, quarter 2. Well, we're told that in each subsequent quarter, sales increased by 500 units. So now we sell 4,500 units here in quarter 2. Our unit selling price is still just $20. So 4,500 times 20 give us total sales of $90,000 for quarter 2. In quarter 3, our sales in quarter 3 our sales increased by 500 again. So now we're up to 5,000 units sold here in third quarter. Once again, our unit selling price is $20. So 5,000 times 20 give us $100,000 worth of sales in the third quarter. And then in quarter 4, we sell 5,500 units for $20 a unit for a total sales amount of $110,000. So we now filled up quarter 1 through quarter 4 in our sales budget, but we also need to show for the entire year for all of 2020 what were our sales numbers. So the first thing that we need to do is figure out how many total units did we expect to sell during a year or during the year, and we get 19,000. Where do we get that 90,000? We add up our expected sales units for each the 4 quarters throughout the year. So 4,000 plus 4,500 plus 5,000 plus 5,500 give us 19,000 in expected unit sales for the year. Now our unit selling price is still $20, right? We don't want to add up those 20s because that's just a constant throughout. That's just constant throughout the entire year. And then there's a few different ways that we can add total sales amount at the bottom right. We can take 19 times 20 and we get $380,000. We could also add up our total sales amount for each of the 4 quarters. So 80,000 plus 90,000 plus 100,000 plus 110,000 would also get you $380,000. So for the second example of our sales budget, how would companies expect cash sales for July of $11,000 and a 19% monthly increase during August and September? Credit sales of $14,000 in July should be followed by 28% increases during August and September. Alright, now let's talk about how to prepare sales budget for this example. So in this case, this company expect to have cash sales in July of 11,000 and credit sales of 14,000, and they expect their cash sales increased by 19% each month and credit sales to increase 28% each month. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the other months. So in order to come up with August, we're gonna take the July amount of 11,000 times 1 times 19. That's how we grow the amount of 19%. It's basically 119% plus 19%, 19% more and the same with the credit sales. And then in September, we'll do the exact same thing. It will be 109 at 1.19 times the August number, 1.28 times the August number for credit sales. So that's how we end up with 15,577 and 20,938. This is 1.19 times the August number, 1.28 times the August number. So for the third example of our sales budget, Patrick Inc. Corporation sells industrial solvents in 5-gallon drums. Patrick expects the following units to be sold in the first 3 months of the coming year. By January with 41,000, February 38,000, and March is 50,000. The average price for a drum is 35 pesos. Required prepare a sales budget for the first 3 months of the coming year, showing units and sales revenue by month and in total for the quarter. So now, here in the next slide, I will explain kung paano ko nakuha yung sales budget ng problem na ito. Firstly, inalam ko po yung units for 3 months, January, February, and March. For January, the units is 41,000, February is 38,000, and for March is 50,000 with a total of 129,000. Unit selling price, nakuha ko po yung unit selling price. Kung makikita nyo po sa screen, the average price for a drum is 35 pesos. So for the first month, January, minultiply ko po yung January na units sa 35 pesos for unit selling price, and equal po siya ng 1,435,000. Ganun din sa units for February, 38,000 times 35, nag-equal po siya ng 1,330,000. And for the third month is 50,000 times 35, and nag-equal din po siya sa 1,750,000. And I added this 3 months of budgeted sales, 1,435,000, 1,330,000, and also 1,750,000. And ang total niya po is 4,515,000. Malalaman niyo po kung tama po yung sales budget or yung solution na nagawa niyo po if ito total niyo po yung units na 129,000 sa unit selling price na 35, if same po sila na lalabas na total. So I multiply the 129,000 units and 35, and ang equal niya po is 4,515,000. Now let's start for the fourth example of sales budget. Example problem: you own a bicycle or you have a company of bicycle shop. And for this next slide, I will explain kung paano nakuha yung sales budget. Imagine you have a fourth quarter, first, second, third, and fourth quarter. And for the first quarter is 50, second quarter is 300, third quarter is 200, and fourth quarter is 100. This fourth quarter is 4 units to be sold. And for your selling price per unit, lahat sila is 300. So, makuha mo yung total sales ng first, second, third, and fourth quarter if imumultiply mo yung units to be sold and selling price per unit. Example, per quarter 1 is 50 times 300 is equals to 15,000. for quarter number 2 is 300 times 300 is equals to 90,000, and for quarter 3 is 200 times 300 is equals to 60,000, and for quarter 4 is 100 times 300 is equals to 30,000. Yung units to be sold is sinam ko lahat yung first, second, third, and fourth quarter with a total of 650 per year. And now, if you're going to check if your answer is correct, yung total sales na 195,000 in total, kailangan mag-equal siya if you're going to multiply the units to be sold and selling price per unit. So now 650,000 and 300,000. I multiply this and the total for this is 195,000. And for the last example, Guardian Framing Corporation prepared the following sales budget for 2016. And for this slide, as you can see, we have here the product and the area, unit sales volume, unit selling price, and total sales. 8 by 10 or 8 multiplied by 10 frame. We have here East, Central, West, and total. For the unit sales volume, for East is 30,500, and the unit sales volume for Central is 8,200, and for the West is 7,600. And the total for this unit sales volume is 46,300. And for unit selling price, we have $29 for East, and for the Central is 29, and also for West is 29. The total sales for East is $884,500. And for Central is 237,800, and for West is 220,400. The total for unit sales volume for East, Central, and West is 46,300, and the total sales for these three, East, Central, and West, is $1,342,700. And for 12 times 16 frame, we have here again the East, Central, and West. For unit sales volume for East is 13,900, Central is 4,600, and for West is 3,500. The total for this is 22,000, and the unit selling price for this 12 times 16 frame is $30, $30, and $30. And for total sales for this 12 times 16 frame is $417,000 for East, and for Central is $138,000, and for West is $105,000. So I get this total for unit sales volume because I sum it all, the East, Central, and West, with 22,000, and also for total sales for this 12 times 16 frame, I sum it all, 417,000, 138,000, and 105,000, with a total of $660,000. So for total revenue from sales, I get this because I add the total sales for 8 times 10 frame and 12 times 16 frame total, with the total of $2,002,700.